Hi, everybody. It's Linda Schulte, the broker owner of Schulte Realty. And I'm coming to you live from my office at my house. And I just really want to jump on here real quick and just talk about something it's referred to as an iBuyer. You can see it behind me, which was that way. There you go. I have up there, it says motivated seller versus distressed seller, cash for home as is, skip the realtor. Those are some things I just wanted to have up here because I wanted to point that out. There's a difference between a motivated seller and a distressed seller. So, a motivated seller really wants to sell their house because they want to buy another home, or they want to get the money out of it to do something else, go on vacation. Who the heck knows? Distress means that there's a problem going on, that there's a financial issue, or there's other things. I don't have the money to fix up the home. So the difference between those two can cost you a lot of money. So therein lies where the people that we call I don't know if it's the people or an industry that's called iBuyers. Those are the people that they come to your door, call you up, and they say, I will buy your house and I'll pay you cash for it. I'll give you cash in a couple of days. I'll take it as is. And what they do is they actually will go out and they quote unquote do they do an analysis of how much your house is worth. I don't know where they get their numbers from, but I have a real significant example of one that happened to somebody. They were approached by a person who was not a real estate agent. They did not have a real estate license. There are people that go and they offer cash for houses, and they act like they're your friend and they're going to give you a killer deal. And they were offering to buy this house where these people would have netted $42,000 after they paid off their mortgage. $42,000. That's it. That sounds like a lot of money to some people, but with the deal that I got them, they were walking away with more than that. They were walking away with 113 net. That means after they paid the real estate agent, they paid for the closing costs. They actually paid for the buyer's closing cost. They paid for the transfer docs. They paid for the title work. They walked away with 113 after paying off their mortgage versus the 42. So just want you to take that into mind. So be careful when people call you up, and even if they say, hey, I have a buyer for your house, or I am personally interested in your house. Give it a good example of that is 2 phone calls. One of them I got personally, and they said, I want to know if you'll accept a cash offer for your home. They said something in the beginning of it which I couldn't quite understand. I, of course, didn't call them back. Then I called them just recently. The number they called me from and the number they provided, not working at all. That's one example. Second example was somebody that I know is going to be listing their house. They got a phone call from somebody, left a voicemail. She calls me and she says, hey, I got a phone call from this girl and her name is blah, blah, blah. And she says that she really wants to buy in my neighborhood. Will I call her back? So my customer is smart. She calls me and she's like, I don't know how this works. Can you take care of it? I'm like, absolutely. Guess what, folks? I researched the number, called the number. Nobody's answering the phone, and it's a bogus person pretending to be, oh, I want to buy a house in your neighborhood. So you have to be careful of those. You have to be cautious and make sure you're paying attention to who you're talking to. And, and if there's somebody that says to you, skip the realtor, if they say skip the realtor, that is a signal. There's something going on there. Just so you know, real estate agents in the state of Florida, if you're a licensed real estate agent, we go through, we cannot have any criminal history. We go through background checks and so forth, fingerprinting. And when you become a realtor, then you also take a higher standard of going through the National Association of Realtors. So what I'm saying here is that if somebody doesn't have their real estate license to begin with at all, and if they're out there running around trying to buy a house from you and they're calling themselves an iBuyer, or I'll pay you cash for your home as is, just leave it as it is. Just remember, you're leaving money on the table. Now, let me just tell you too, in some situations, I'm going to tell you that is worthwhile for us to bring a buyer to your home and to say, okay, they're going to buy it as is, where is. In those situations, that's a possibility, not a problem. If I find that that's not going to be the best deal for my customer, I absolutely say, don't do that. We can put it on the market. We just do a couple tweaks. So I'm just giving that out to you to make sure you know the difference between a motivated seller and a distressed seller. So if you're wanting to know where do you fall into that category because you're thinking about selling or you feel like you need to sell, please make sure you do give me a call. And my number is running across the bottom of the screen, and it's 407-721-0611. And let's talk about it. And I'll let you know which way this is going. And before I go, of course, it's 6:30, so I think that's 1 o'clock. So I just wanted to tell you about something. I have my new wine here, and it's called Introvert. I felt that this was a very good wine to bring out because, as you all know, I'm a total introvert. And it's a true statement. Actually, I'm an introvert. I am not an extrovert. So this is a really good wine. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon from California. I don't have on my reading glasses, so I can't read what it is. So I'm just going to cheers to you. If you know of anybody that is looking to buy a home, sell a home, if you have any questions regarding real estate, give me a call. I'm happy to answer questions. I would rather have somebody have the right information and be heading in the right direction. It's not always about the quote unquote sale. So on that note, I'm going to take a sip here. Oh, that is good. This is called Introvert. And it's a Introvert, and it's a Sauvignon. It's a Cabernet Sauvignon, and it is from California. So it's delicious. All right, folks. I'm just really happy I was able to help out my sellers by netting the 113 versus that 42,000. Also had to help them try to get out of the previous deal that they were under. So on that note, call Linda if you have any questions about real estate. I'll be happy to help you. All right, everybody. Thank you. Bye.